Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery here. It's my pleasure to be with you. We get together with our distribution partners most weekday mornings, this time about 8 o'clock Central, to talk strategies, tips, techniques, and to support each of you. I have my screen split here, and what we're looking at are two things. Your new lead capture page. So all of you should have this. If you do not have this, if you do not know your unique link for your lead capture page, it's essential that we connect today, because this is the key to taking prospects and moving them into clients, which of course helps them and generates income for you. So twostepfunding.com is what it's based off of. They're going to fill out this. This is linked to you on yours. It'll take them to the second page, and the second page will allow them to enroll. If they don't enroll, then, you'll be notified, of course, each of these forms. And if they don't proceed and enroll, then Scott Stroud, our Chief Marketing Officer, has put together an automation sequence to help you convert more. If they complete the lead capture page but don't enroll, you really have one of two options. You can sit back and do nothing and just let the system convert those that it can, or you can be more proactive and reach out to them. That would be your choice. I think there's two groups of our distribution partners: those that want high touch and those that want no touch. So one's not better than the other. The high touch group are typically the professionals that are business to business professionals. So they're not looking at just making $100 off of enrollment into the small business certification, step one of the two-step funding, as well as the back-end commissions. They're usually looking to create a client for other offerings. For instance, many of you are insurance agents, and so the stronger the relationship, the stronger the connection that you have with a client, the more likely you're going to be able to meet their asset protection needs. Same for those of you that are accountants. We have a few small business attorneys. Some of you are tax preparers and so forth. So I think we've covered that adequately, and that was just a brief recap. The real message today is to answer the question that we're getting frequently of, okay, well, this is great. This is a great proposition. It's a great pitch. The technology's there and it's working. The back-end value proposition, taking clients through the 4 modules, building their financial literacy, getting them at least $10,000 of business credit to use in their business, providing them now the collateral support program for free, outstanding. But the question keeps coming up, where do I get leads? Well, I think some of you have relationships or techniques to generate leads, but I'm painfully aware that some of you don't. So that is really our message today. Now, we've talked about this before, but we're going to go back and look at it. So RealX Traffic, we can just see here, we can just go to their main website and then we'll drill down, is a third-party organization that we have no relationship with. So we don't get kickbacks, no revenue share, we don't have any ownership. It's just simply a source of leads that we've seen outstanding success with. For example, our best month ever by one of our referral partners, Jeff, and you've probably heard me speak of Jeff before. Jeff literally had over 400 enrollments in one 30-day period, and his primary source of leads was RealX Traffic. So Jeff has proven that it works. Many of you have tried it. Now it's going to be even stronger because you have such a great and well-designed lead capture page. So with RealX Traffic, they will generate leads and drive them to your website, to your landing page. And you can go to RealX Traffic and see their different sales points, but ultimately and often it comes down to cost. I think their pricing is incredible. You can tell me if you agree or disagree. And so I've scrolled down. What would make a lot of sense is just to try the smallest package. And again, we have no financial interest in this. We get no kickback. This is just purely giving feedback to you of what we've seen other distribution partners use with the highest success. So you could get, according to their website, 200 premium clicks. So you're not paying them per conversion, you're paying them to drive people to your landing page. And so they're going to do their magic in marketing, and you can read more about how they do that. But the bottom line is they're going to drive people to your landing page. And some of them, obviously not all of them, will fill out this form and hit the green button. Some of them will proceed forward and actually enroll, but anyone that fills out the lead capture page, of course, now you have their contact information if you wish to reach out to them. So I would encourage you, if you don't have a good sales funnel, to consider buying leads. Now, there's other ways to get leads too. You could certainly go to general lists. General list, for instance, it used to be called Sales Genie and then Reference USA. Now it's called Data Axle. There are databases that you can get access to for free that list pretty much every business in the United States. You can filter it by new starts, by DBAs versus LLC C Corps, home-based versus non-home-based, good credit versus bad credit. But the problem with just general databases is it's just that, is that really you have someone to contact, but it's a cold outreach. When real X traffic or these types of systems are driving people to your landing page, they have already seen this and they've already filled this out. So now it pivots who's in control of the conversation from them to you, because you have something that they want and they know at least enough about it that they filled out the form. So there's a few of us out there that may be diligent enough just to get a list of businesses and just cold call, but that is painful. And then it used to be the strategy will be, I'll get a bunch of emails and I'll just email hundreds or thousands of people. But you and I both know that email deliverability is down. People will be skeptical of unsolicited emails. You've got filters and all those issues. And so I don't know that mass emailing, unless there's some sort of relationship between the sender and the receiver, which I'll get to in a moment, are going to get you the best results. Services like this are driving leads to your landing page. They fill it out. Now you're in control. Another approach to generating leads, and we've made some reference to it, but we're going to peel it back a layer more, is whereby you actually connect with key influencers. So for example, I have a Zoom webinar tomorrow with two gentlemen that are the principals of a big advisory firm. And so they have literally thousands of clients. And so at first blush, they like what we do, but now we're going to have this conversation and answer their questions and overcome objections. So then they're going to hopefully push out this message to their thousands of people. Well, if they send out emails to thousands of their clients, to no surprise, the response will be higher because it's not a cold email, it's an established relationship. So if you want big numbers, I think the best way to get big numbers is to develop collaborative relationships with key influencers. They could be business organizations, could be accountants, bookkeepers, insurance agents, chambers of commerce, pastors. I don't know if I mentioned pastors. All of those are examples of ways that you can develop a relationship with one entity or one individual that has a broad outreach. We're not MLM, we're not network marketing, but our affiliate model is 3 layers deep. So it works perfectly for you. So for the two gentlemen that I'm visiting with tomorrow, if they decide to move forward, then they'll have their own lead generation page. They'll be able to drive people to their page. They'll be notified when there is a lead capture form filled out. They'll be able to follow up if they want to, and then they'll be paid off of those. And then 2 layers above are paid overrides. So what's the point? if you have your lead capture page and your landing page, now it's time to leverage that, because this is the way that you can do two things at one time: help other people and make a lot of money. And so to make money, though, you have to have conversions, and to have conversions, you have to have leads. So if you don't have leads, we need to really be focused on where are you going to get those leads from. And this would be an example on RealX Traffic, and you can contact them and interact with them and decide if you want to do it or not. They have a satisfaction guarantee. Again, we've had dozens of distribution partners use RealX Traffic, so they're real and it works. They're not real high on phone support. They're more likely to give you email support. But these are real people, and it's a real service, and they know what they're doing. You could generate leads other ways. You could go to Fiverr or Upwork, and there's lots of talented people all around the globe that would love to go out and generate leads for you. So that would be another option. What you have to consider there is your cost going to be higher or lower than this? All right, so what I want to do now is just really dig into your questions, because everyone should have their lead capture page. If you don't have it, you just got to get with us right away so we can resolve it. And frankly, the way to get one is to go to twostepfunding.com, fill this out, click the green button, enroll, because all of our affiliates also are clients, and all of our clients are also affiliates. And so that way you can go through it, understand the process, and you automatically get your landing page. All right, so let's start digging into your questions, comments, concerns. So Mr. Jackson's asking a good question, kind of stepping back to the two-step approach. So the two-step approach to everyone, and to Mr. Jackson specifically, step one is helping clients get credible on paper. Step two is taking them to funding. Two separate steps, two separate enrollments. So some people will do just step one, which is okay. You'll still make your $100. You'll still write the key person policy if that's your thing, and so forth. Those that move on to step two, the funding process, then you'll earn 5% or more of the capital raise. Not everyone that does step one will do step two. Step two is what we've historically called the access to capital. So that's where the funding is involved, and you get to set the client's terms. So as a white label partner, you can upsell, upgrade, transition, whatever verb you want to use, clients once they've enrolled in step one into step two using your white label partner page. But technically, step one and step two are two separate agreements. Clients can do step one without doing step two. And that if they're going to do step two, Mr. Jackson, then because you'll know who they are, you'll see in your back office the conversions, you will be notified of them. If you want to help them move forward into the funding phase, you provide them a link to your agreement, and then they sign up under your white label relationship. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so who else has questions? Because if anyone doesn't have the leads that they need, then that's where you have to start. I think a lot of people, and I'm not saying any of you, but a lot of people make a mistake. They say, well, I need to generate more money. I would argue, no, that's the outcome. The money happens automatically. You need sales. Well, how do I get more sales? You have to have leads that convert. And so if you focus on leads, the sales will occur and the money will happen. So the focus has to be on the process, and the process is I need more leads. So you can get your leads wherever you want to get your leads. I'm just showing you an example of where for next to nothing, for $90 to get 200 clicks. Now, what will your conversion percentage be? We'll have to see. All right, so Randy says that he submitted his information on the two-step funding page yesterday. Well, and didn't get a response. We can visit about this, Randy, but that's very unusual because Scott Stroud, our Chief Marketing Officer, has developed the system whereby once, depending upon whose page you're using, once this form is filled out you click the green button and it takes you to the enrollment page. So Randy, did you fill out on twostepfunding.com this lead generation form? Did it, and you clicked on the green, did it not take you to the enrollment page? Let me know, Randy, where the breakdown is. I wonder if you use some other form, but we'll figure it out. All right, let's see. Yes, and another way to generate leads is certainly to go out and teach. Before the whole pandemic, that's what we did a lot of. And I know personally, I've gone to libraries, I've gone to churches, I've gone to chambers, and they become the host. I would be the educator, and they would bring people together, and then I would teach. And so we have the 27 mistake curriculum. What we'll do is we'll review that again tomorrow and talk about some best practices to take that out. But yes, absolutely, that is very effective, and you can teach it online via Zoom. If you're going to teach it online, I recommend that you have a registration process so you know who it is that are your prospects. But yes, we'll talk about education as a means to lead generation tomorrow, Mr. Rich. Okay, and so Randy's confirming. So Randy, I don't know if you'll go ahead now and go to twostepfunding.com, make sure it's .com, and fill this out, Randy, and put in these 4 fields, click the green button, and let me know what happens, because it's worked as far as I know for others. But Randy, if you don't mind trying it, and all of you probably should try it on your landing page to make sure that it's working properly, but to the best of my knowledge, it is. But you can all try it right now and then post a response if it's not. Okay, and so Veronica, if anyone that doesn't have a landing page, just send me a text or send me an email, because it's provided to you once you enroll. Then when you get the onboarding email that is delivered automatically, it's part of the systematic programming. Down towards the bottom, it says click here to get your landing page, and it'll create that instantly. So if you don't see that, send me an email or a text, Veronica, and we'll figure that out. But that should have happened already. Lon says he did it and it worked just fine. Thank you. Yeah, and we had a lot of people enroll yesterday. So Randy's got an issue, and we got to figure out his unique issue. It's not a system-wide issue, but Randy, are you trying that? Are you filling out the 4 fields of information now, Randy, and seeing if it takes you to the second step? If you haven't, please do that. All right, and Pauline's confirming that she tried on her landing page and it's prompting. Yeah, so the system is working. I know there was a little bit of ramp up. Okay, yeah, so Randy, perfect. Yeah, so Randy filled this out and it took him to the next page with the 2 options. Great, great. And so you got to pick one of those 2 options, Randy, right? And then that will get you plugged in. So it sounds like it's working, or at least working now. Okay, so Mark's got a question. It says, when the affiliate goes to the second page, right, so there are 2 payment options, because remember, and we all have to be on the same page here, so this makes sense, I guess, to you, but also to the client. So the cost to go through the small business certification is how much? It's $2,500. We have a grant that covers $2,104. So what's left? The client pays $396. To make it even more flexible, we allow clients to pay 1 payment of $396 or $499 payments. And remember, Mark, the way the model is built, and this is based upon the feedback of many of you. Take Joseph. Joseph's one of our top referral partners. He's a realtor up in Arkansas. Many of you have said, we want to make sure our affiliates know what the heck they're talking about. And so when you become a client of the program, the small business certification, then you automatically become an affiliate. You get a free landing page, and there's no production requirements. There's no cost for the landing page. You can either work the business or not work the business, but it's made available. So Mark, those are the steps to get your landing page. I think you got it. All right, are there any other questions? So today's topic was really brief. To summarize, You need leads, because if you have leads, you can have conversions. If you have conversions, you can make sales. If you have sales, you can make money. But there's no sale, there's no money, there's no sales, there's no conversions if you don't have leads. There's many ways you can come up with leads. You're smarter than I am about lead generation, right? That's why you all are in your role. That's your expertise. Your expertise is in lead generation. You can buy or build your leads. Here's a way to go out and buy them affordably if you want. Tomorrow, we'll talk about generating leads through education. But I would encourage all of you to at least give this a try. And they have a satisfaction guarantee we talked about down here. So you have nothing at risk. But drive 200 people over the next week to your landing page. See how many conversions you have. I know when Jeff did it, he had a remarkably high conversion rate. His ended up being between 53 and 54%. Not saying that over half the people that filled out his landing page or lead generation page immediately enrolled. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying between those that immediately progressed to enrollment and those that progressed to enrollment based upon the follow-up sequence, he ended up over 50% enrollment, which was awesome. Now, Jeff is different than a lot of us. Jeff hated talking to people. Jeff was outside of the United States. He moved from US to Puerto Rico. Jeff did not want to talk to clients at all. So Jeff, even though he's very well spoken and very intelligent. So I think your conversion rate could be higher than Jeff's, because some people frankly would like to talk to someone along the way to validate the legitimacy. But in Jeff's model, he didn't. He drove him to his landing page, let the landing page and Scott's automation do the work. All right, so tomorrow we'll get back together and we'll talk about developing leads through education. But for today, I would really encourage you, go to RealX Traffic and just try it. Get a small package and just try it. I mean, if you had one conversion out of 200 clicks, it would pay for itself. So your ROI is literally one. But I think you'll see a lot better than that, and that'll give you lots of people. And again, those of you that are business-to-business professionals who have, you offer insurance or consulting or other services, it's a gold mine, right? Because you're using this as a door opener. You're helping them with this. They're getting what they're promised. You're making money up front. Plus, you have a whole new source of leads for your key person policies, annuities, or whatever it is that you help people with outside of this. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you back tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.